putting two and two together. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you share for your boy. Today, I'm very excited because I actually have a topic that I'm really interested in, and that is the Critics' Choice Awards that recently happened. So for anybody who doesn't know what the Critics' Choice Award is basically, it's kind of like the Oscars, they make their picks of, director of the year, actor, movie, like they go through the whole thing, right? And obviously right now, there's a narrative. There's a narrative right now about Timothée Chalamet and Michael B. Jordan and who had the better performance. Obviously, if you guys didn't know, Michael B. Jordan was a part of my movie of the year, Sinners, and Timothée Chalamet was a part of Marty Supreme, which I actually just watched. I actually just finished watching Marty Supreme. And to tell you guys the truth, the honest truth, I wanted the movie to be bad. But honestly, it was really good. It was fucking incredible. It was amazing. And I was at a crossroads because Michael B. Jordan is honestly becoming one of my favorite actors. I think in the worlds of, Denzel, Will Smith, Michael B. Jordan has realistically made a name for himself that his light shines bright. It shines really bright. He's been in some incredible movies. I think the problem that Michael B. Jordan has, and let me change that word. I don't want to say problem. I think something that, how am I going to say this? With Michael B. Jordan, he's always been with Ryan Coogler. His best performances have come from Ryan Coogler. You got Fruitvale Station. You have one of the best Marvel movies of all time, Black Panther. You have Creed, some of the best boxing movies or the best boxing trilogy of this era, right? And now we get Sinners, where he plays Smoke and Static. I think if Michael B. Jordan steps out of that Ryan Coogler direction, then people will acknowledge him a little bit more. I think I acknowledge him. I don't think he needs to do that, but I think in terms of getting an award, he might need to do that. What I appreciate about Michael B. Jordan is that he has time and time again uplifted the Black community doing crazy roles. You know what I mean? That it makes you feel so good when you leave the theater. I feel heard. You know what I mean? When I watch a Michael B. Jordan, Ryan Coogler movie, I just feel as if I can relate to it heavily. Whereas I watch Timothée Chalamet, I really get to see his acting chops and see him in different roles. I feel like with Michael B. Jordan, you're always going to get that black man role. You know what I mean? I would like to see him in something else. Going forward, I think what he's done for his career so far has been great. Now, when we talk about Marty Supreme versus Sinners, I obviously like Sinners better just because of what I was saying, how I feel like I can relate to the movie more. I felt like, as in Sinners, there were so many elements, whereas Marty Supreme, although it was a great movie, I just felt like I've seen it before. And that's the thing with Josh Safdie movies. They kind of have this particular realm of, bad people making bad decisions that, lead to crazy consequences. And I love those movies. It's a joyride, it's a thrill. You know, you don't get that very often, but I just feel like I've seen Marty Supreme and I could tell where Marty Supreme was going as I was watching the movie. Now, I will say Marty Supreme is the best version of those movies. Josh Safdie directed Uncut Gems, Good Time with Robert Pattinson. Both movies that I recommend people to watch because it's so thrilling. It's a thrill ride. It's a great time. And Marty Supreme matches that to the highest level, right? Also, I think that Timothée Chalamet, it's easy to play the bad guy. Or I shouldn't say Marty Supreme's a bad guy, because he's not. It's easy to play the dream big character because you just got to be super ambitious, super ambitious, and super confident while you're acting. And I think that's easier to do than what Michael B. Jordan had to do. Michael B. Jordan had to play twins, okay? And right away when you're watching Sinners, you can tell the difference between both of them. That's not easy to do. I heard he also produced some of his scenes, right? And you know how difficult that is to do. He also had to play a vampire, right? There were so many elements in that movie that I just think that he deserves whatever award. He deserves the best actor award this year. 1,000,000%. I don't think I've seen a performance better than what Michael B. Jordan did. Marty Supreme, I just don't think it did enough to beat, what all those actors did. Delroy, Miles Caton, I don't know if I'm saying it or not, Wunmi, right? They all had, Haley Steinfeld, they all had just incredible performances. So to me, if I'm looking at acting, if I'm looking at original story, if I'm looking at cinematography, if I'm looking at music, if I'm looking at anything, screenplay, like I'm going Sinners. I'm going Sinners. I'm going Sinners. I don't think Marty Supreme had the cast, okay, to kind of budge Sinners. Okay, I don't think it did. But that's just my opinion. But in a world of comparison, there's always going to be a Kendrick Lamar to a Drake. There's always going to be a Quentin Tarantino to a Martin Scorsese, where we think that this person's better, but the other fan base is going to say, no. That's not right. Right? Let's look at the body of work. And when we look at the body of work, I think that this is Michael B. Jordan's best work. Is this Timothée Chalamet's best work? It's up there, but I'm not sure if it's taken movie of the year and best actor for 2025. Just my personal opinion. My personal opinion. What I really, like about Timothée Chalamet outside of the movie is his creativity. I think that he was the perfect cast for Marty Supreme. He was. The way he advertised the movie, the way I can kind of see who he is really inspiring. I think that that type of energy needs to come back 2026. People believing in themselves, people pushing their dreams to the full extent. One of the reasons why I really like Marty Supreme, because I felt like I was Marty Supreme. I felt like, you know what, if I put my mind to something, I can do it. Obviously, you got to think about the repercussions of your actions, but I definitely believe that if you believe and you show the world how much you're interested in something, there will be people who pick up. Here's what I don't like about Timothée Chalamet. This is a bigger conversation that I feel needs to be had. Okay, let's get right into it. So, Timothée Chalamet used black culture to push his movie. And I believe that a lot of people do that. Okay. Oh, how did he do that? Well, first of all, he's getting into rap. We never seen Timothée Chalamet rap. Now he's rapping and he's kind of got this style that is very black influence. My personal opinion. I think that, he's giving all the NBA players the Marty Supreme jacket. The way he's talking sometimes, I just see it's very black influence. Now, you let me know if I'm wrong. With putting two and two together, this is a place where we can discuss. I see that he's getting with the rappers, he's getting with the NBA players, he's getting with the fashionists to push an agenda like, yo, this is cool. Like, come on this side, come watch this movie, because he knows he has to reach that target audience. Black people is what pushed the wave. That's how it's always been. And I'm not making this a race thing. It's just what I see. You know what I mean? I don't like it that much, but I respect it. I respect what he's doing. And I think that's the way to go about things. If you want to push something global, you got to get the black people involved. That's just how it is. And the black people, once we get on a wave, we gonna emphasize it. We gonna put some swagger onto it. And that's just how it goes. Now everybody's doing it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Timothée Chalamet is doing. I respect the hell out of it. And I think that more people should do it. But I think it's important that us black people acknowledge that. So we know when it's time to say, oh, no. We see what you're trying to do. And also, if that person respects us, then we can say, hey, look, man, he's cool. Now we can, now we fought with you, bro. Now we can push this movie, or we can push this clothing line. We can push this music. I don't like the wave of, other cultures hopping on to the black roller coaster. And then when we're in a state of, oh, hip hop's dying, now you're doing country. Now you're doing something completely different. Oh, you was low riding and you was wearing your Air Forces for a year. Now you're back to wearing Chelsea boots and skinny jeans and, quarter zips and all that stuff, right? I don't like when people hop on the wave and then get off when the wave's kind of falling off. You understand what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to say. I don't really have a big problem with it. I know some people might be watching saying, look, man, you hating. Nah, I love the movie. I actually made my top list last video. You guys should go check out that video. And I think I put one battle after another at number 5. I would bump Eternity, another A24 film, to number 5. And I would put Marty Supreme at the 4th best movie of the year. I think it was really special, and it was a movie that really caught my eye and attention. And I didn't even watch it in the theater. I have a son now, so I have to find other ways to watch these movies. So I pirated it, and I was able to watch it at home, and I was absolutely shocked when the movie finished, because I thought I was going to come into this episode saying, this is outrageous. Michael B. Jordan, best performance, best actor. But Timothée Chalamet was absolutely special. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Let me know in the comments what you think about this Michael B. Jordan, Timothée Chalamet situation, because I'm looking at both lenses here. I can see how important Michael B. Jordan is to the culture, but not everybody's thinking like us black people when it comes to how important that film was to us. I don't think everybody's looking at it that way. There were some powerful, powerful moments in that movie and original ideas that I don't think will get respected coming forward here with these nominations. I hope it wins, but I'll also say this: as black people, we got to know what's special and not let the narrative take over, right? Even if we don't win the award for Sinners, we have to keep uplifting that movie and understand how important it was to us and how great of a film it was, and let it age like fine wine. Because if we just say it's outrageous and then we start throwing fits, that's what these award shows want. These award shows want us, they want to start controversy. They want to pick the other film, so we go, no, that's bullshit. So we keep coming back until we eventually win the award, which will be, who knows? As of right now, we don't have that many young actors that are, dominant in the game right now. We don't have a lot of rap artists that are dominant in the game. We're at a point right now where I'm not saying we need to win, but we need to stop letting the narrative affect us and keep uplifting each other, because if we can get more young talents everywhere in the industry, art, music, acting, that's when we become better, right? These guys are going to continue to pick Timothée Chalamet, and they're going to continue to pick, well-known actors. I think Michael B. Jordan just has to keep doing what he's doing, and Ryan Coogler. And we know how special they are. Just like how we know how special Spike Lee is, and, all these other black producers. So, y'all, short episode today, but I want to make sure that I give you guys something at least twice a week. That's one of my goals for 2026, is just to keep pushing out content. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Hit that share button for me. And drop a comment down below, man. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Let me know what I should talk about next, y'all. If you made it this far, let me know what I should talk about next. Like always, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.